I didn't notice it immediately. At first, I thought I was just tired or that I had mixed up the numbers. The balance on the screen was higher than I remembered. Not by much, just a few percentage points. A trifle easily dismissed as a memory lapse or carelessness. I even felt a brief, almost pleasant joy, as if someone had done the work for me. I closed the laptop and went to sleep, paying it no mind. I didn't know then that this was the last night I would ever truly sleep. 2 days later, I opened the Binance interface again. The balance had grown, noticeably so. I hadn't traded, hadn't logged in, hadn't opened any orders. The login history was clean, as if the account was frozen in time. I checked everything: devices, keys, notifications, email. Nothing. Only the numbers, which continued to creep slowly, steadily upwards. I started screen recording, more out of anxiety than common sense. I needed proof I wasn't losing my mind. The growth always happened at night, always at the same time, between 3 and 4 a.m. I would wake up to the sound of a notification, my heart beating too slowly, my body heavy, as if I were being held down by the chest. Trades would appear on the screen, neat, calculated, perfect. I looked at them and felt a strange revulsion, as if they weren't financial operations, but surgical incisions, made without anesthesia. On the third night, I set up a camera in the room, just an old phone pointed at the bed and the door. I wanted to be sure I wasn't sleepwalking. In the morning, I reviewed the recording. I hadn't moved, hadn't turned over, hadn't breathed like a living person should breathe. The camera fixed me motionless, like a mannequin, and in the corner of the screen, where the darkness of the hallway began, something was standing. Tall, too tall to be human, thin as if stretched upwards, violating all proportions. There was no face. Where it should have been was a smooth, pale surface, reflecting no light. The camera tried to focus but couldn't. The object seemed not to exist for the optics. I didn't remember it. I didn't feel the presence, but it was on the recording. It stood motionless while the numbers on the laptop screen grew. When a trade closed, it took a step forward. The floor didn't creak, shadows didn't shift, it just got closer. On the fourth night, I didn't go to bed. I sat in front of the monitor, turning on all the lamps. The screen glowed green. The numbers trembled as if alive. At 3:17 a.m., a login notification arrived. I was already online. The system was sure of it. I saw an order opening. The mouse didn't move. The keyboard was far from my hands. In the screen's reflection, something was stretching upwards behind my back, filling the room's space. I didn't turn around. I somehow knew that if I turned, it would be too close. With every passing night, it became harder to remember myself. I forgot the small things, words, faces, the reasons why I started all this. But the interface became more and more familiar, almost native. It responded faster than before, as if adjusting to someone else. New lines appeared in the operations history. Not currencies, not assets, designations I didn't know. And one repeated again and again, more frequently, larger, as if the system wanted me to see it. Identity. I understood when the balance surpassed everything I had ever earned. It wasn't money. It was something it was collecting, trading, transferring. I felt something inside me become lighter, emptier with every growth in the numbers. The mirror stopped recognizing me. The reflection lagged and sometimes didn't appear at all. The phone camera no longer registered my silhouette, but it appeared in the frame more and more clearly, as if it were taking my place in reality. On the final night, I heard footsteps. Not outside, inside my head. They matched the balance update. A step plus a percent. Another step, more growth. It was no longer hiding. It stood directly behind me, so tall that its head disappeared into the darkness of the ceiling. I felt the cold emanating from the smooth surface instead of a face. It leaned over, and the screen itself scrolled the history to the last line. A sell order, 100%. In the asset field, my name, though I didn't remember ever entering it. I tried to scream, but no sound came out. A notification cut off everything. A short, metallic signal, meaning the operation was complete. The camera lost focus. The room instantly became flat, like an image. I felt something separating from me, as if I were being neatly, painlessly extracted from my own body. It straightened up. Where I had been standing, there was no one left. In the morning, the camera continued recording. An empty room, an empty laptop, green numbers frozen at a record high. The account was active, the user offline. In the screen's reflection, the tall, thin, faceless silhouette was visible. It slowly leaned toward the lens, and at that moment it became clear. The balance would not grow anymore. Everything that could be traded had already been traded.
And just before the video cuts out, if you are still here, that means you are still alive. Check the screen's reflection. Check the shadow behind your back. If there is nothing, you are lucky for now. If this story felt too real to you, hit like. Algorithms like it when you confirm that you exist. Write a comment, any comment, while you still have a name and not a line in the transaction history. And make sure you subscribe, because some videos find their viewers themselves, and it's better if the next notification comes from me and not at 3:17 a.m. See you then, if the balance allows.